Hey guys, it's Elisa, and today I'm going to talk about my March wrap up and my April to be read. So, for the month of March, my goal was to go ahead and finish 5 series. What I ended up accomplishing was 4.5. I did go ahead and start a fourth one, but with preparations for my little vacation that I took over this past weekend, which is like Easter weekend, I was really busy with work and trying to read that book and trying to get ready, and it didn't work out at all. So I this month, or the month of March, I consider it being kind of like a success. I did go ahead and read way more than what I did in the month of February. I did go ahead and read 8 books, and I'm going to go ahead and let you know what I read and what stars I gave them. So the first book that I completed in the month of March was Beautiful Chaos by Garcia and Margaret Stohl. This is the third book in the Castor Chronicles. I really enjoyed this book. The ending was such a surprise for me. Well, not really a surprise. I just didn't want that ending to happen. But I did really go ahead and enjoy Lena and Ethan's journey in this book. I did go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 stars. And that's more, I think, out of biasness. Maybe like 4.5, 4 stars. But I did go ahead and give it 5 because I really did enjoy it. The next book that I read was Beautiful Redemption by, of course, Garcia and Margaret Stohl. This is the final book in the Castor Chronicles. This book was amazing. I did not expect some of the things that did happen. I love the journey. I love the growth. The ending was a good ending for the series. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for this one as well. The next book that I read was Wolfpack by Melissa de la Cruz, and that one was on my Nook, which I don't have my Nook with me right now. On this one, it takes place in the same world as the Blue Bloods. It does follow Bliss. As you all know, she is one of the Blue Bloods in, well, was a former Blue Blood, basically. Something happened and things changed. I don't want to give too much away since this is basically like 6.5. If you want to kind of consider it in the book, even though it's supposed to be kind of like a spin-off of it, but it does include werewolves, Lawson, that makes a big impact at the end of Gates of Paradise. I enjoyed getting to know the new characters in this series with the werewolves, which was Lawson. Oh gosh, I'm so bad with names. I'll go ahead and link it somewhere here of the names of the rest of the werewolves that were part of the Pact. But I like the surprises that it have. I did go ahead and enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, which is okay. It's still good. I did go ahead and give it 4 out of 5 stars, which leads me on to the next book. The book I read was Gates of Paradise by Melissa de la Cruz. This is the final book in the Blue Blood series. I am not going to talk too much about it since I did make a review for it, which I'll go ahead and link down below. I did go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 stars. Really, really happy with this book. Really enjoyed it. The next book that I went ahead and read was Endure by Carrie Jones. This is part of the Need series. It is the final book in this series. It is about pixies. I really enjoyed it a lot. I loved the growth. I love what happened with a lot of the characters, like Nick and Zara. I like how her little quirkiness is still there from the first book, especially with her obsession with phobias. She can To calm herself down, she literally goes like through the alphabet of phobias, like different ones like arachnophobia, and kind of goes from there. Don't even ask me because I wouldn't be able to repeat it. But I did love it. I liked how this one ended as well. I did go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 stars. I was not expecting it to end the way that it did, but I did truly enjoy it. I like how everybody grew, and I wasn't upset. I didn't the things that happened like at the end of book 2 and like book 3, I thought that the ending would upset me a lot. Like I really didn't think I was gonna like it, but it surprised me a lot, and that's the reason why I gave it a 5 out of 5. I do like to be surprised a lot. I sometimes don't like to already know what the ending's gonna be, but yeah, this one, a surprised, enjoyed it. The next book that I read was Falling in Love, Fallen Sorry. Fallen in Love by Lauren Kate. This is a novella. This takes place between Passion and Rapture. You get a more in-depth of Daniel and Luce's relationship in one certain era. If you guys have read Passion, you know that she gets to see different lifetimes of her and Daniel. So this one is broken up into 4 stories. The first one starts off with Shelby and Miles, and what I really enjoyed about it is that it includes everybody. Like, there's 4 different stories about 4 different separate people, but they all tie in into this really nice bow, and I really enjoyed it. So the first one is Shelby and Miles, and if you know them, they're Nephilims that she meets in book 2. The second story is in Roland's perspective, and you know, if you've read it, of course, Roland is basically considered on the fallen angel. Well, they're all fallen angels, right? On Lucifer's side on there. So I did go ahead and enjoy his story. I did go ahead and like insight into him to know that, of course, as you can tell from the title, Fallen in Love, that they, you know, did go ahead and love someone in past, not past lives, but past years, past centuries. The third story takes place under Ariana's perspective, so you get to find out some things about her, like who she was in love with and how she got some of the scars that she has that are very interesting if you remember from book 1. So it does give you the background on that. And then, of course, the last story in this is with Daniel and Lucinda, or Luce, and you get to see them in love in a different setting and how everybody ties into this story. So I really did enjoy it. I did go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5 stars just because it is short. There nothing too amazing about it. I did enjoy it. I felt the lovey-dovey about it. So yeah, 4 out of 5. The next book I read was Rapture. So, of course, following the theme of finishing stories, I did go ahead and finish Rapture, which is the final book in the Fallen series by Lauren Kate, and this one was amazing. I devoured it in like a day and a half at the most. I could not put it down. I know I had started it and then I just kept carrying the book around, kept carrying the book around. Other things were getting in my way, or I was preferring to like watch TV. And I have no idea why I waited so long to go ahead and read it. I know it took like maybe a week and a half, but when I finally like hunkered down and read it, like within a day and a half, a day, I finished it and I was thinking like, why did I wait so long? It was a great story, a great ending. I love the happy ending in this story, and of course I did go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 stars. The last book that I read in the month of March was The Host by Stephenie Meyer. And for obvious reasons, I went ahead and read this book was because of the movie that came out on the 29th. Yes, on the 29th. I did actually go see it on Thursday at the 9 o'clock showing. Really enjoyed the movie a lot. I love that I got to see a lot of my favorite scenes and quotes, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. But yes, I did go ahead and read The Host. This is my favorite book, so of course I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on here. Okay, guys, so that was my March wrap up. For my April to be read, I am going to go with a specific genre. It is going to be new adult that I will be reading. For the month of April, I have chosen 5 books to go ahead and read in the new adult section, just because there are a couple of books that recently came out that I want to go ahead and devour, so I'm going to sneak those in. But the first one that I'm going to go ahead and be reading in the new adult section. It might not be the first one that I read in the month of April, but it is the first one that I will read for the new adult genre, and that is going to be Easy by Tammara Weber. Sorry. So I know a lot of people have talked about this book. I've owned it for a while. I really want to devour it. I know my best friend really, really enjoyed this book, so I'm going to go ahead and read this one. The next one that I will read after that is Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. Again, a lot of people on BookTube have talked about this book, that they really enjoy it. I know Beth June 327 really enjoyed the male character in this book, so I can't wait to devour it. So, yeah. After that book, what I will be reading is Walking Disaster by Jamie McGuire as well. I already pre-ordered it, except it's actually on its way here. I will be receiving it on Monday, so I will already have possession of that book, which I'll show you guys once I do my book haul. But yes, I'm going to be reading that one next. After that, what I'm going to be reading is If You Stay by Courtney Cole. I am actually going to be reading this one on my Nook. I have heard good things about it from some people not so much, but it really intrigued me. I will leave the Goodreads link down below if you really want to know what the book is about, because to be honest with you, I don't remember. I just know that I will be reading it this month. The last book that I will be reading in the new adult genre is going to be Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. And this one, I also own it on my Nook, so that's where I'm going to be reading. I know I've heard a lot of people say this is a really good book. I know Beth June 327 said she really enjoyed it as well. So she's actually the main reason why I went ahead and purchased it. I do have it on my Nook, so I will be reading that book in the month of April under my new adult section. I will also be reading 2 other books that I have already started. I did realize in the month of March that I had a lot of series that I had not finished. So moving forward, what I want to go ahead and do for the year of 2013 is at least finish 1 series a month, if possible 2. But the main goal right now is just to go ahead and finish 1 a month, 1 series, whether it has 1 to like 3 books, because I just noticed with the Soul Screamer series by Rachel Vincent, I am on book 4. Well, I've read up to book 4. I've not read 5, 6, 7, and the novellas that are in between them. I have not read them yet, so I know that there's quite a few books that I want to go ahead and finish. So for the month of April, the series that I'm going to be finishing is the Dark Divine series. This is the last book, The Savage Grace by Bree Despain. It is about werewolves. I will be finishing this series in the month of April. And the last book that I will be reading, that I have pre-planned basically, is the A Lover at Last by J.R. Ward. This is the latest book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. It is book 11, if I'm not mistaken. I have been waiting a year for this book, so I was not going to wait. I have already started a bit of it. It is a really massive book. It's like 600 pages, or almost 600 pages, and I love J.R. Ward's writing, so this is what I'm currently reading right now and can't wait to get to it. I am going to read this in a little slow just because I'm going to have to wait another like year or so for the next book, and I really love the Black Dagger Brotherhood, as you guys have noticed in past videos when I talk about it. So yes, this is the next book or the current book that I'm reading for the month of April. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my March wrap-up and my April to be read. I can't wait to see what you guys are reading, so please let me know in the comments down below what you guys are reading for the month of April, what you read in the month of March. If you read any of these books, let me know what your thoughts were on them. I would love to hear them so we can go ahead and talk about them. You know how I like to talk about books. So you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.